Welcome to the Marketing Revolution Podcast. This is the underground movement of savage marketers from all over the world. We are not Fortune 500 companies. We are real entrepreneurs with real businesses that have one major thing in mind: to set goals and devour them daily. Because we understand that everyone wants to eat, but only savage marketers are willing to do the hunt. Now let's get this revolution started. Hey, what's up, everybody? John Hiley here with the Marketing Revolution Podcast. And I'm actually currently going live inside of the Marketing Savage group. So any of you who are listening to this podcast and y'all want to head on over to Facebook and check out the Marketing Savage group. It's a group that I actually just launched yesterday. I want to say that we already got upwards of 250 members in the group, and it's already grown quite a bit organically. So we're getting a lot of people that are sharing and bringing in members, and already a lot of good content in there. So head on over to Marketing Savage on Facebook, and you can also check it out, Facebook.com/groups/Marketing Savage. Okay, so welcome to the Marketing Revolution Podcast. And speaking of the Marketing Savage, which is the title of my book that I have that's going to be launched here towards the end of the year, I want to talk about something that I've been working on specifically inside of the book. In a sense, I've been working on a code of conduct, rules to live by. So a lot of you guys know that the book that I had written is it's quite spiritual. You know, I truly believe that you really can't disconnect yourself from anything that you are doing. For instance, you can't really win big in one area of your life unless you are succeeding in many other areas of your life. I think a lot of people make the mistake of trying to go big in one area, and they're always going to be held back by the areas that they leave neglected and they leave behind. So that being said, a lot of folks, you know, and me, I've been on a pursuit my entire life to find the right mix, per se, or let's just say a cocktail of things that are important to me that I can actually act on a daily basis. You know, so how do you get that done? How do you live a life that is designed to bring out the greatest version of yourself? And what I've broken that down to is 4 elements. And let's see, the 4 elements here, which I want to thank Thomas Keenan, because he actually came up with the name M4 for it. I actually made a post earlier in the group, so you guys can read that, but I'm going to go ahead and read it to any of you listeners. It's the Marketing Savage 4 elements of pursuit, okay? So the 4 things that you want to be on daily, weekly. You want to be actually an entire life. You want to be in pursuit of these 4 things. And I'm going to tell you guys that if there's any issues or there's any problems in your life or there's anywhere that you're stuck, you're going to find that in one of these 4 elements. I would guarantee it. I'll guarantee that you're neglecting one of these 4 elements if you're stuck anywhere in life, whether it's your business, whether it's your personal relationships, whether it's money, if you're stuck in money, it's one of these elements in your life that is causing you to, let's just say, it's like you see the green light, you want to go, but it's almost like your car is in park. Okay, so you can't go anywhere, but you see the green light, you want to go, but your car is in park, and it's because of one of these elements are being neglected. And I call this also the daily code of conduct and a path to greatness. I want to say that we've drifted away, as general in human beings. We've drifted away from a code of conduct, ways that we will act and things that we expect out of ourselves, okay? It's very important to move back to that, okay, back to these solid principles that have guided us, through history. There was codes of conduct, honor, meaning, things that are important, okay? That's exactly what this this is here. And so we got the Marketing Savage, 4 elements of pursuit, daily code of conduct. It's a path to greatness. And later I'll explain exactly how I tie all this together in my daily schedule, how I tie it all together, in pursuit of my dreams. And I'm living my dream right now. I've got a new dream. You'll find that when you're living a past dream, the dream that I had 3 years ago, I'm living today. But now that I'm living it, I've got a bigger dream. I've got a dream up ahead. Okay, you'll never stop. You'll always be on pursuit of something, a greater life. And whatever that is, that's something that you've got to define for yourself. Okay, that's not something I can tell you. I can't tell you that you should be on pursuit to be a millionaire or that you should pursue a law degree. This is for you to figure out for yourself. And that being said, that is the very first code of conduct in the 4 elements is meaning, okay? We should always be self-aware, and we should always be on pursuit of finding our true self. And that's going to change. That's going to change all the time. The person you are, the person you are today is not going to be the person you are a year from now, especially if you're continuously in pursuit of self-improvement, okay? So the very first thing is meaning. What type of meaning am I putting out there to the world? What type of meaning am I putting out there to the universe? Okay, what type of impact? What type of ripple effect is going to come from my work? Okay, so the first thing is to become self-aware, to understand exactly what you want. A lot of folks don't sit down and just take the time to completely fucking understand exactly what they want. And I'm not talking about, coming at it from an angle of, I'd like to have this, but maybe I don't need that. No, just sit down and write down what the fuck you want. Like, what do you want? Okay? Because if you don't know what you want, you cannot put together a strategy to actually get there. You cannot put together a strategy to actually get there, okay? So if you don't know what you want. So that's number uno, okay, is to figure out exactly, what's your meaning? What do you want? All right. The second thing is mastery. Now that you know and you're self-aware and you know what you want, okay, and you know what type of gift you're going to bring to the world, the second part of this is self-mastery, okay? And it's also self-mastery not only mentally but also physically. How are you pursuing your self-mastery mentally, physically, and it's a pursuit and a push towards greatness, okay? So at this point, you should know your meaning, what you want to bring to the world, what you want, okay? What you want. And you're forming mastery around this, okay? So you're forming mastery around your life, all right? The third thing is money. Okay, so 3 M's. We got meaning, mastery, and money. So now that you became a bad motherfucker because you know what type of meaning, what type of gift you want to bring to the world, and you're beginning to master that. Now we're going to use money as an amplifier, okay? So money, to me, is an inanimate object. It doesn't mean anything other than energy, okay? So now that you have your meaning and you have your mastery and you're on a path of mastery, now you get to take that money and amplify the baddest version of fucking you. You get to take the baddest fucking version of you and amplify that into the world, okay? That's all it is for me, okay? And the next thing is probably the most important thing is being dedicated to finding the moment. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times, guys, we'll spend, guys and girls, look, depression lives in the past. Anxiety lives in the future. Gratitude and the gift that we had been given by God, by the universe, whatever you want to call it, is in the here and the now. One of the best ways that I've been, somebody actually taught me this, is to understand a lot of you guys have animals, dogs, cats, whatever it is, they pull you into the moment, okay? So the time that we spend with them is so precious and so important because they pull you into the moment because they're always living in the moment, Okay. Look, at the end, when we're on our deathbed and we're thinking about, exactly what life meant to us, okay? What type of contribution that we had added to the world, given to the world. All we're going to remember is a string of moments, okay? Like one moment after the next. So how do we create them moments, all right? How do we focus on, how do we understand the importance of creating these moments in our life, okay? And, the problem is, and I'll admit that I have that same problem, this right here, the phone. You know what I mean? So everybody is on the phone. You know what I mean? Like you could be spending a legitimate moment with people around you, but instead, here it is. You know what I mean? You're on your phone and, people could be like literally sitting there having a conversation, talking to you. And I see people over there looking at their phone, or I see people having dinner, sitting around each other, and all they're doing is sitting there on their phone, looking on the phone. Is that really what you fucking want to think about? Like, you know what I mean? When on your deathbed that you spent your whole life sitting there fucking poking around on your phone? Now, this is a powerful weapon, guys. I mean, this is a powerful weapon in a fucking marketing savage arsenal, but it's a weapon that's to be used for your benefit, not for your defeat, okay? You know what I mean? This is a weapon to be used for our benefit. This is a weapon to be used for us to produce and to make things happen, not to fucking self-sabotage, or it's not the weapon that we want to actually defeat us, okay? So, you know what I mean? To literally understand it, and this came from Ryan Stewman, who is a member in this group. Look, focus is a superpower, okay? Focus is a superpower. But to understand, your superpower, you also have to understand the enemy. And the enemy is distraction. There's a lot of fucking distraction going on with this shit. So are you using it for good, or are you using it for bad? I'll admit that I've got to become better at this. It's something that I'm on pursuit, okay? You know what I mean? And I actually use that word pursuit when it comes to the M4 that I put together here. Because to be honest with you, I don't think anybody is ever going to become perfect in any of these areas in life. That perfect human being, I believe, is literally a figment of a lot of people's imagination. And it's also a figment of the imagination when you look on social media and all you see is people's highlight reels. And you literally seeing them on their vacation, this post, and then onto this, and then onto that, and onto this, and onto that. And you would imagine that their life's perfect when usually it's the exact opposite. I would imagine the people that are more honest about, the crazy and the bad shit in their life are the ones that probably have a much more significant life than anybody who pretends to be perfect. Okay? So, that being said, guys, this is all a pursuit, a daily pursuit. And I'm going to talk about this much deeper, and I'm hoping to put together a template that can be downloaded on how you weave this into your daily life. You know what I mean? Like, how do you weave these 4 elements in the fabric of your daily life? Because I'm telling you right now, and I spend a lot of time inside of these 4 elements, and I intend on spending a lot more. But the truth of the matter is, the more time that I spend in these elements, the more that I get of all of them, okay? The more meaning that I have, the more mastery that I create around the things that I do, the more money that I make, okay? And the more moments that I'm creating right now with my family and my life, and the moments that I'm having with you right now. So, that being said, y'all, this is all a path to what I like to call the true wealth, true health, and true life. And I'm going to get with you guys, I'm going to get with you guys about exactly how to put this together and how to interweave, these elements inside of your schedule. Because, when I wrote a marketing book, a lot of people thought that I was going to write a book that was, just like every other marketing book on the shelf. And you guys will see it. It's going to be cheap. I think it's even going to be really cheap on Kindle or something like that. So I want to get it out to as many people as possible. I believe that me and Catherine, the book editor, we believe it's going to have a massive ripple effect. We believe it's going to be life changing for a lot of people. It's a deep inner look at some of the rituals that I do on a daily basis, including something that I call spiritual surrender. And we'll talk about that in a future video for sure. And I'm going to go into depth about my morning rituals and some of the meditation and stuff like that I interweave into the things that I do. But that being said, y'all, this is I'm going to kind of stick to the core of this video right here, is essentially the Marketing Savage 4 elements of pursuit, the daily code and conduct, a path to greatness. And I truly believe that each and every one of you, the reason why you're in this group is because you're on a path to greatness. And the truth of the matter is we will all rise with the tide. So please don't be afraid to interact. Please don't be afraid to, get involved with the conversation, because the better that we can make this group for the people that are in it. And I'm going to be dropping a ton of knowledge. I mean, I'm going to get down to the point. I'm going to talk about algorithms, how to leverage them, how we can put together what Ryan Stewman calls a whip effect. A lot of good shit in the future, guys. A lot of good shit in the future. We're just touching we're just looking at the very tip of the iceberg right now. And ultimately, I know almost everybody in this group answered the question that almost everybody was business owners. And if you guys are not taking advantage of this intense world that we have around us and the ability to create massive fucking amounts of leads, especially in social media, you're making a lot of mistakes. You're using social media for the wrong reasons. And don't get me wrong. I mean, if I'm taking a crap or something like that, I mean, I will, see what somebody's doing or something like that, but it's only at them times. I mean, very, very limited. When I'm here working, I don't fuck around. I'm not looking at what my neighbor's doing. You know what I mean? Anything like that. This right here is a full-on strategy to create leads, to build abundance, to change people's lives. I'm fortunate enough that I'm in a business that I can change people's lives. I can, and I have. There's a lot of people in this group that I've changed their lives. I've seen them, grow from, not even really knowing how to structure a website to some people in here that are fucking majorly balling. There's some of my students in here that I trained from day one who were employed and now they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. That are in this group right now. So I know there's a lot of people that I changed their lives through the things that I've been able to put out into the world. And I'm here telling you that you can position yourself the same way, And the truth of the matter is anything that you're selling to the world, anything that you're offering to the world, you're changing somebody's life in some way. You're adding value to the world. If you're not adding value to the world, then you should be looking for something else to do. But, I don't care if you're fucking plumber and you're changing somebody's toilet out. You're adding massive value to the world, and you can use this that we're inside of right now, inside of this Facebook, to bring more of these people to you that you can add massive value to their life. And that's what it's about, guys. And that's what the whole Marketing Savage movement is about. It's ultimately about becoming the best version of yourself and being able to give that to as many people as possible, being able to give your gift to as many people as absolute possible. In fact, I would say it's your moral obligation. If you have something that can help the world, that you can bring a better service, you can bring something fucking amazing, a part of yourself to the world. It's your moral obligation to deliver that product or that service to as many people as possible. We're going to get deeper and deeper into that moral conviction thing because I'm not going to let any of you guys off the hook. You guys got something important to deliver the world. And I want to see each and every person in this group doing that. Next, one of the things that I'm going to be doing in this group, I'm going to be doing a weekly call where I'm going to jump on here and I'm going to talk about one of these 4 elements. And I'm a member of something called the Lion's Den by Sean Whalen. And he does something similar to this. Of course, he's got a different system and things like that. It's called Core 4, which is really amazing. And it actually helped me formulate. He helped me formulate the system that I have today. And Ryan Stewman, he does a system called the G Code, which is phenomenal as well. And I'm a member of his executive mastermind. But this right here is this is mine. This is coming from me. And every week I want to talk about one of the 4 elements in the group. And so that means our next call will be, I'm going to start doing this on Monday. I'm going to do Monday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So Monday, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we're going to do our calls. And on that day next week, we are going to start off with meaning. And we're going to start off with a pursuit of finding yourself, a daily pursuit of finding yourself. You know, I truly believe, guys, that the only time that we step into, we get into trouble is when we're separated from who we really are or who we want to be. You know what I mean? Like literally, I think people go out and they try to fake who they are, and they get a bunch of fucking fake customers that are people they don't even like to fucking deal with, you know? I mean, that's why you guys see me doing what I do out there, you know? I mean, I'm pretty much fucking cutting the line of polarity. Like, I know who I want to do business with. I got I'll do another video here soon about an avatar and exactly how the avatar works. But I've got it nailed down, the exact fucking type of person that I want to do business with. And I'm not afraid to pretty much tell anybody else who's not in line with that to fuck off. So it's really fucking freeing to do that, though, and to say that, you know. So that being said, guys, I appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one.